of the great state of Florida for the Joe Biden campaign. We have launched a week-long series of events anchored in voter education and bringing to light issues that make this election for women incredibly important. With just one day until vote by ballots drop, just one day, and a couple weeks until early voting starts, we are thrilled to be with you tonight talking about these important issues. We are joined tonight with some powerhouse women anchored in Central Florida who stand up for women, not only in Central Florida, but all women in Florida. And we're also joined by the DNC's Deputy National Political Director to give us a presentation on iwillvote.com. But before we get there, I'm thrilled to introduce our first speaker. Representative Amy Mercado was born in the Bronx of New York and is of Puerto Rican descent. She was elected to the Florida House in 2016 and served 4 years there as representative of District 48. Just earlier this year, a couple months ago actually, Mercado ran for property appraiser and won her primary, making her the next property appraiser in Orange County. It is my pleasure to introduce Representative Amy Mercado.
Hello, thank you, Adrian, and thank you all for being here, for attending us this evening, and for the invitation. I am thrilled to see so many smiling faces and super excited to share this space with such incredible women. I, like many, if not most of you, wear multiple hats in my life. I'm a state representative for House District 48, as you just heard, but I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a caretaker to my ailing grandmother. Therefore, juggling the needs of my multi-generational family has been a constant in my life. Women, particularly women of color, have always juggled many responsibilities and have faced too many obstacles and attacks trying to get ahead in this country. Women like Kamala Harris, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, may she rest in peace, you, me, have experienced this firsthand. You all have seen and felt the attacks that Trump has used relentlessly as he continues to dismantle our health and economic security. We get it. We understand what we need and what we're fighting for. So with our help, Joe and Kamala can and will build our country back better to get us out of this healthcare and economic crisis. I believe Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will fight for us. They will fight for equal pay. They will fight for access to healthcare. They will fight for reproductive rights. They will fight to end violence against women. And they will fight for representation at every level of our society. I wholeheartedly support and believe in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because with them, it is not lip service. They too have had to figure out how to juggle everything life has thrown at them. But they can't do it alone. They need us. They need you, and they need me. Representative Escamani and I are willing and able to support them in their fight for us. She and I have been fighting for all of this in Florida for years. Now, as I introduce her, I take the liberty of asking you on our behalf to join us in this fight. With that, help me welcome Representative Ana V. Escamani, who diligently represents House District 47 in the legislature.
Thank you so much, Representative. It is such an honor to be here today to rally everyone around Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, our next president and vice president of the United States. I am proud to serve District 47 in the Florida legislature. That includes downtown Orlando, Winter Park, and Belle Isle. It's wonderful to see so many familiar folks who are here with us tonight to ensure that we flip Florida for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. If you're wondering where I am right now, I am actually in my car in the district. We just left a protest with young people around the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I have to tell y'all, the energy is in our community. Folks are frustrated. Folks are even scared, but we find power and pain here in Orlando. And there is a necessary mission that we must pursue and we must be successful in. And that is telling all of our friends and all of our family to get registered to vote and to be ready to vote so that we can ensure that this state will be represented by leaders up and down the ticket, but also in the White House to ensure that issues as basic and as important as reproductive rights will be protected. Issues as essential as equal work for equal pay will be prioritized. Issues as important as ending domestic violence and sexual assault, whether it's in our homes or on our college campuses. We have so much that's on the line right now. And I echo Representative Mercado in saying that I trust Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to be the ones to lead us on that path. But they can't do it alone. We have to be committed to have their back. We know that if we can secure Florida for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, it's over. We won. It's so important that we get this work done and that we help support candidates up and down the ticket, because that'll also help carry all votes for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And with that, I am very excited to introduce our two very special queens here in Orlando. We know these two as our hometown champions. And so please join me in welcoming both Ashlyn Harris and Allie Krieger, two of our rock stars with our local soccer team, Orlando Pride. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, thank you guys so much. It's so great to be here tonight and to be a part of this incredible event. We're excited to be here, especially to just challenge everyone to go vote and excite everyone to go vote, and that we know that our vote matters, and we're excited to vote and make change and create change because we want our voice heard. And so we just want to encourage everyone to get out and vote, and also just register to vote, because your voice matters. And sometimes some of us think that your vote doesn't count, but it really does. We have to exercise our rights and make our voice heard by showing up, and that's by voting. We also are in support of the Biden-Harris ticket. Maybe it's because we have a Harris in the house too. No, I'm just kidding. That's just an extra bonus. But we can change the outcome of this election, and if you're just as sick and tired as we are of this administration, you need to go register and vote.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that Allie and I are heavily invested in the LGBTQ community, and I'm showing up for my community. You know, in 2016, pretty close to 50% of our community didn't vote, and here in Orlando, we need to show up, and we need to show up for our community and the rights of our community, to protect our community. You know, I want to wake up hopeful again. I want to live in a better America, a place where I'm proud to represent and I'm proud to play for. And truthfully, you know, I'm hopeful for a better tomorrow, and that's with Biden and Harris. And it is so important for us to vote, not only for the people, you know, that it affects us, but other people too, and understanding that, you know, we want to create a better place for everyone, you know, not just a selected few. And that's kind of where Allie and I stand, is inclusion. We want more inclusion in this country, and we got to show up for each other, and we got to fight like hell. And I know, you know, with the recent events and things that are going on, we're scared, and Allie and I are scared too, but that makes us stronger. And we're going to keep fighting, and no matter what happens, our voice will be heard, and we will show up for our community and for this cause, and we will continue fighting like hell, because we want Biden and Harris, and we want hope, and we want a better future, you know, especially for a future family and our children, and you know, climate change, and all of these important principles that we need to really pay attention to, in science. So I'm showing up for my community, and I'm urging all of you out there to do the same. And let's make this place better than where we found it, and let's continue to fight for, you know, our voice and what we believe in, and a better tomorrow, for sure.
And like Ashlyn and I, we're not going to allow someone else to make the decisions that we believe in, that we want for ourselves. We're going to actually show up for ourselves, show up to the polls, and make our voice heard, because we want to make our own decisions, and we want to make them matter. And this is also you know, an opportunity to not only impact yourself, but voting is an opportunity to impact your community, just like Ashlyn was touching on. And we have to get our country out of this current situation of where we're at, and back on her feet. She deserves that. We deserve that as people. We deserve that as a country. And we can have a say in the direction that where we want this country to go. And this is also, your voting impacts, we talked about this earlier, Senate and judges and women's rights and gay rights and climate, like you mentioned, obviously the president, but Supreme Court judges, you know, and that impacts the next 50 to 100 years of our lives. And so we have to show up. We have to show up, not only for yourself, your family, your community, but for the people around you, and get people involved. Get your family involved, get your friends involved, check your family, check your friends, and make sure they are registered and ready to vote. Because all in all, we talk about this all the time, your voice matters. And we need to show up for our country.
Voting is power, people. Let's go.
Adrienne, you take it away.
Absolutely. Allie, Ashlyn, thank you so much for showing up tonight. Thank you so much for your support. Hopefully we will see you again before Election Day, but if we don't, we are rooting so hard for you over these next couple of months, and don't be a stranger. And thanks so much for your time tonight.
Thank you guys
Thanks so much.
Night, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, and now we are going to turn our conversation to some pressing issues facing the American people this election season, issues that Representatives Askamani and Mercado know very, very well. And so many parts of our state are struggling with the consequences of this pandemic, which I know we all know very intimately, whether they lost jobs,